This is how we do things in the 21st century here on Pigcake, all right? We have a cameraman that doesn't even exist. We have a camera that's following my movement. It doesn't matter where I go in the room, it's gonna follow me. It's gonna make sure that it keeps me level with the actual shot. And that's the sort of production value that we bring to you here. You better hit the smash button and make sure that, you know, YouTube thinks that this channel is actually better than it actually is. So today we're going to talk about a very controversial topic in the world of magic. We're going to talk about magic tutorials. I know what you're saying. Hey, Pigcake, you do magic tutorials. It's what you do for a living. You literally have one of the most successful magic academies, one of the most successful training courses in all of magic on the Pigcake Magic Academy, which, by the way, for $5 a month, 2 videos every single week going over everything you need to know to become the greatest magician you could be. Rave reviews all around. You're saying magic tutorials are garbage? You are saying magic tutorials are garbage? Yes. And today I'm going to tell you why magic tutorials are no good for magic. Why they're the worst thing that could happen. Am I going to stop? No. No, I'm not going to do anything to stop magic tutorials. But I'm going to tell you why there are better alternatives and what you could potentially do to prevent this this influx of information, what you could do to be a better magician, even if you're looking at magic tutorials. Now let's define what a magic tutorial actually is. Now what I'm defining as a tutorial is very simple in essence. It's a video lesson on magic. That's what it is. All it is a video lesson, whether or not I'm showing you a trick, a move, something in video form. That's what I'm defining as a tutorial. Are there other tutorials that exist? Yeah, of course. We got PDFs, we got books, we have hands-on lessons done by old rapists. All of those count. But for this video, I'm defining a tutorial as a video format lesson. The first, and what I think is the main problem when it comes to magic tutorials online, is the idea that you are copying the magician. You are, in fact, becoming a replicant. You're replicating, much like Blade Runner. You're becoming a replicant of the magician that you're watching. It doesn't matter if you're doing this intentionally or not. You're going to do it. You're going to emulate his movement. You're going to emulate possibly his pattern. You're going to try to do the same pattern because maybe it works for him. Maybe you watched an L&L tape back in 1998 and you saw that Bill Malone made that audience laugh. So you say, hey, I'm going to rob this joke. I'm going to steal it and use this joke within the context of a middle school performance. Now, why aren't you getting the same reactions as Bill Malone? You might be asking yourself. Well, maybe it's because Louis Falanga didn't prompt the audience to lose their load when you did a simple card trick. That's why. And you're expecting the same reactions. You're not going to get it. So video tutorials, what they do is that they prompt you to try to copy the magician as best as possible. This could be a good thing. If it's something that's sleight of hand based that requires a little bit of nuance, a little bit of subtlety, you see it in video form, it's going to be simpler for you to learn. However, more likely than not, what's going to happen is that you're going to copy all the wrong things. You're going to copy the movement. You're going to copy the pattern. You're going to copy the tone of the pattern because it works for the magician that you're watching. And that, I think, is a bad thing. Now, I am going to provide solutions at the end to this tutorial problem. However, just for now, one of the main things that could help you out in this particular case is awareness. You don't have to copy what I'm doing. Just because the method works for me doesn't mean it's the method that's going to work for you. Again, what I'm presenting are effects. At the end of the day, the main thing the audience is going to remember is the effect. What is it that they saw? Did they see the card jump to the top? Yes, the audience doesn't care that you used a three-handed death credenzel Jewish move to get that card to the top. They don't care. All that matters to them is the effect. That card went into the middle. I saw it go into the middle. Now it's on top. If it suits your needs to use a tilt, then by all means use the tilt. However, if it doesn't, then do another move. You don't have to do what I'm doing. And this is a mistake that I see in the comment section when people are saying, oh, I don't like this method. The method is irrelevant. What matters is the effect. You know what I like about Bin Wang playing cards is that when you take them out of the box, it has a special feature that it always leaves one card in the box no matter what. And that's one of the things that I love the most about Bin Wang playing cards. It's not a misconstrued box. It's not a box that was assembled incorrectly. It's a feature. So unfortunately, tutorials promote this idea of copying the magician and copying directly what you see presented as if that's the only method. Again, it's not. One of the mistakes I made early on in my magic adventure here was unfortunately copying the magicians that I saw. So I would watch a DVD, I would see the reactions, and I would sit there and copy not only their pattern, but also their methodology, which I realized that's what best worked for the environment that they were in. It's not necessarily going to work for you in your street performance outside of a Denny's to a drunk former inmate, it's not going to work for you the same way that it worked in a studio environment where the audience was prompted to react. Another problem with tutorials in the sense of this video format is that they promote a method-driven mentality. Now, this is one thing that I keep berating and punching into virgin level 9 magicians all the time, is that the method is irrelevant. The method doesn't matter. All that matters is the effect. The effect is what the audience is left with. That's all they care about. If you did a shitty performance, then they're going to care about the method. But if you did your job right, then they shouldn't even think of the method. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to pretend that magic is this existential thing that the spectators are going to be left with a gift. I'm not pretending that. What I'm saying is that the effect is what matters in the minds of the spectator if you did a very good job when it came to your performance. However, if you did a job where, you're flashing and you're palming and you're prematurely ejaculating, yeah, they're going to be thinking of the method, but that's not the point. And the problem with these tutorials is that they promote a method-driven idea. They promote this idea of, oh, look at all these methods that are available. I want to see this. How did he do that? Oh, maybe he used this particular thing. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Whatever is necessary to convey the effect that you're trying to convey, that's what you should be doing. Not just caring about what's the next method to come out for any card at any number, because that's what's going to be best for your particular organic performances. So in essence, video tutorials, especially on YouTube where they're readily available, it's kind of a double-edged sword because you have access to so many. Look how many channels you got. You got Pandrea, you got Ramsey dropping a couple ones every once in a while. You got Xavier Spade. You got a bunch of these magic channels that are dedicated to tutorials. Look at what you have. You have methods. You have methods being shared by different performers. And I think that's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. It's good that you have access to all this information, but at the same time, it's bad that you have access to all this information. So slow down. Slow down. Take a breath every once in a while. Absorb stuff. As far as a couple solutions to this tutorial problem, I would say books is one of them. Reading, because by reading, you are in essence coming up with your own handling and interpretation of what you're reading on the page, as opposed to copying somebody in terms of video. So reading is one method that definitely helps in this particular situation. Also being aware. I feel like this is becoming one of those dare propaganda videos from the 90s that said, hey, don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. I also realized that I lick my lips in a lot of these videos, which is slowly becoming a deterrent to a lot of you guys. Just know, whenever I lick my lips, I'm thinking of you guys. So being aware of the fact that methods are malleable and could be adjusted based on your own performance preference is, I think, one of the keys to solving this problem, one of the keys to being a more effective magician. It's this influx of methods being drawn on you, being dripped on you, like Shane Diesel on Cindy Crawford, Stacy Crawford, Cindy. I don't know the names, I just know the body types. So am I going to stop doing tutorials? No, because I think there's an inherent value when it comes to a video format. You're seeing the trick being done. It's efficient. It's effective. It's easy. It's easy to show you guys how stuff is done in video rather than written. However, I think for your benefit and your own promotion in this carefully crafted world of magic, I think the best thing you could do is to read it. Try to read it out. Try to come up with your own methods. Think of the effect as being the most important part of any trick. Get out of this method mentality. You're going to save a lot of money on the long run. Still join the academy, though, because that's, I think, also crucial to effective magic. In the end, realizing that the effect is all that matters and that methods could be changed, methods could be irrelevant, methods could be malleable to your own performance. I think that's going to be key to your improvement in magic. I think this is enough for this video. I've ranted on long enough. How long have I been? 14 minutes pre-edit. So 14 minutes I've been ranting on this. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of stuff cut, but I'm going to leave most of it here. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments below if you enjoy this style of video and if you have a difference of opinion. Again, I know a lot of people on YouTube are based heavily. Again, I do feel that a lot of people on YouTube are going to be for the method. They're going to be for pushing tutorials and making sure that they get a new method for any card at any number every single week, even though they're not going out performing it, even though they're not doing it, even though it's irrelevant to anything in their lives. They still want a tutorial on how to get the perfect method for any card at any number. You're disgusting. So leave your opinions in the comments below. I'm going to go figure out different ways to use a lav mic to lather suds. Usually at the end of these videos, what I've been doing is that I've been dropping lyrics to videos. So I've been looking up lyrics to very explicit rap songs and then putting them at the end. But unfortunately, I'm using my phone as a monitor for this lovely Osmo Pocket that I'm using as a camera. So I can't do that. I can't do that. So instead, what am I relegated to? I'm relegated to explaining to you why there is no outro song to this. I can't look up the lyrics. So you have to imagine that I'm rapping some sort of song at this point, or that I'm saying the lyrics to a rap song, even though nothing's happening. I'm putting a running list right now of all the people that have supported me, all the patrons. So shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for joining the academy. Thank you guys for promoting your virginities to the next level. I appreciate it. So that's what's going on here, instead of me dropping some hot bars. Hope you guys appreciate that.